looped over the last 6 hours or so shows how the rain really vanished off radar quickly. We dealt with some scattered showers, even a few embedded thunderstorms, but once that rain started to press southeastward, really kind of rained itself out and moseyed on off to the east. We'll look for lows tonight to eventually drop back into the mid-50s. Some spots are already there. Patchy drizzle tomorrow as highs return to the upper 60s. That's your forecast first. NBC 10 News at 6 starts now.
Live from your local news leader, this is NBC 10 News at 6.
Right now at 6, chaos at Pecanland Mall sparks rumors of a shooting. We spoke with police to find out what really happened. And a drug kingpin with ties to an area charity on the run has finally been caught. We'll tell you what we know about his arrest. Plus, a crossing guard hit on the job, what witnesses saw, and an update on her condition. Plus, the warning from police to drivers. Thank you for joining us. I'm Randy Ayala in for Gordon. Topping our news at 6, chaos at the Pecanland Mall circulating on social media, spreading rumors of a shooting. NBC 10's Bria Jones talked to police to set the record straight on exactly what happened. Bria, what do you know?
Well, Randy, while many are saying on social media that there was a shooting at the mall on Saturday, Police Chief Eugene Ellis says there was never a victim located or even a shot fired. The noise in question that wreaked havoc at the Pecanland Mall as reports of a shooting spread on social media. This video shows several Monroe police officers in the midst of the commotion. Police say 2 juveniles began fighting, and that's what started the frenzy.
There were no gunshots. No one was shot. There was no guns fired inside the Pecanland Mall on Saturday night.
Police Chief Eugene Ellis says off-duty officers witnessed the start of the fight and broke it up before things escalated. And what people thought were gunshots is a result of the aftermath.
As they ran through the mall, they hit the signs, temporary signs that were placed throughout the mall. They hit those signs. Those signs fell to the floor, thereby causing echoing sound.
An explanation that has many skeptical, while some believe it's true.
To me, it didn't sound like gunshots, and I did watch the video. I think if it were gunshots, people would have been scattering.
Mayor Jamie Mayo blaming social media for creating the chaos.
This is a case that was blown way over the fact that what it actually was, and so the mall is safe.
As the rumor mill continues to churn, Chief Ellis says he wants people to know his department does yearly active shooter training at the mall, and they will always be honest and upfront.
If this was to occur, I can assure you that we would be forthcoming and we will provide accurate information, but it did not occur.
2 teens were arrested in the incident. It's unclear if any charges were filed. We reached out to the Pecanland Mall management team for a comment, but have yet to hear back. In the studio, Bria Jones, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Thank you, Bria. New at 6, a child porn investigation in West Monroe has landed a convicted sex offender back behind bars. John Benson's charged with 1 count of pornography involving a juvenile, 1 count of computer-aided solicitation of a minor, and failing to register as a sex offender. Investigators say Benson contacted and communicated with the juvenile over social media, which is a violation of the Convicted Sex Offender Registry law. Benson is in Ouachita Correctional. His bond has not been set. Staying on the crime beat, a Bastrop man has been arrested accused of setting a home on fire with 3 of his relatives, including a child, still inside. 25-year-old Charles Kraft faces 1 count of aggravated arson and 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder. State fire marshals say Kraft got violent with his mother when she refused to give him money for cigarettes. Kraft's mother, stepfather, and 7-year-old nephew locked themselves in a bedroom and called 911. When the 3 tried to escape, they found the kitchen on fire and the closest exit blocked by a pile of clothes. Fortunately, they were able to escape unharmed. A suspect in a $1 million drug bust with ties to an area nonprofit has been arrested after almost 3 months. Metro Narcotics agents have arrested Aaron Adcock and Timothy O'Neill. Adcock's home was raided back in December. Agents found roughly 138 pounds of high-grade marijuana, over a dozen guns, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Police say Adcock's been on the run ever since. Detectives say he's been hiding at O'Neill's home in Oak Grove. A tip helped lead agents to the pair who were in the parking lot of Home Depot in Monroe. Adcock and O'Neill both face several drug and weapons charges. O'Neill's also facing a charge for harboring a fugitive. Adcock has ties to the nonprofit Orphan Corks, which funds the Santi Orphanage in Kakinada, India. Adcock's charity partner Michael Casey expressed shock after hearing the allegations last year. Casey, who's a former combat veteran, says Adcock reached out to offer help after seeing his work on Facebook. Casey claims Adcock has sent at least $20,000 straight to the orphanage. A local crossing guard is out of the hospital after being hit by a car while on duty. NBC 10's Brian Briggs caught up with the school and West Monroe Police to get more details on the accident. He joins us now with more. Brian?
Yeah, that's right, Randy. It was a scary morning at Boley Elementary where their crossing guard was hit by a car, and an investigation has been launched into the accident, but we know that she has been released from the hospital.
And all I saw was when we go outside was I saw her laying on the ground.
It was a scary moment this morning outside Boley Elementary School after their crossing guard, Jennifer Keigel, was hit by a car. The accident occurred just before 8 a.m. as classes were beginning.
We just rung the first bell. I had someone run in and tell me that our crossing guard had been run over.
Keigel was taken to Glenwood Regional for non-life-threatening injuries and was later released. The driver has been identified by West Monroe Police as a 19-year-old man who was ticketed for speeding. Witnesses say he was traveling westbound on Cypress when he struck Keigel. Many other details surrounding the accident have not been confirmed, but the West Monroe Police Department has launched an investigation. The road in front of Boley Elementary School is Cypress Street, which is a busy street in itself, and it makes it one of the busiest intersections to cross for kids. And West Monroe Police want to remind people to take it easy when driving through school zones. And this goes for all school zones, no matter how busy, the time of day, or the weather conditions.
Stay off your phones and don't be distracted. When you get to school zones, those speed limits go down. Pay attention to your surroundings. When you get to those school zones, you know, that's the reason those lights are there. That warns motorists that you should reduce your speed and pay attention.
I think that this person just passed right on through without following her rules.
Investigation is still ongoing at this time, and not all details have become available, but we will pass along any further updates as we receive them. Live in the Media Control Room, Brian Briggs, NBC 10, your local news leader.
An offender at Swanson Center for Youth is accused of assaulting one of the guards. Cinque Reddick is accused of punching a juvenile justice specialist in the face. According to the report, Reddick slugged the guard as they were trying to restrain another offender. The blow left a small cut under the employee's right eye. Reddick was charged with battery of a correctional facility employee. Budget reviews, capital improvement plans, and summer jobs. Just a few of the items discussed during Monroe Mayor Jamie Mayo's bi-weekly press conference. Today, Mayor Mayo announced his support for the River Reads Initiative, a program held by the Ouachita Parish Public Library to promote reading throughout March and April. City Engineer Kim Golden was also on hand to give an update on the 5-year capital improvement plan that would bring lighting to Highway 165 South and increase flood prevention efforts. The city's finance team also joining the mayor to recap the fiscal year 2019-2020 budget hearing from last week. The administration is proposing a $61.3 million operating budget.
The 2019 adopted budget was $59.6 million, so that is a 2.9% increase. Notable changes were in Medicare Advantage plan option, availability for eligible retired city workers, pension rate changes, and our overall cash management strategy.
The city also announced its annual Youth Summer Job Program, which employs up to 150 kids. For information on how to apply, visit marklemis.com. An Arkansas legislator's outburst has her saying, "I'm sorry." We'll share part of her heated speech and let you hear the apology to her fellow colleagues. And the blood supply in Arkansas is critically low. We'll tell you what's the cause and what you can do to help.
More showers and storms are headed our way, but tomorrow we could get a little bit of a break. It won't keep us from the clouds, though. And a severe weather threat still looming later this week, although it may not be as bad as it could be for mid-March. A full look at the forecast as NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
Join us for the Relay for Life of Northeast Louisiana, Friday, March 15th from 6 till 10 at the Ike Hamilton Expo Center in West Monroe.